So, today we're going to talk about how to be happy. I think I must share my fair share of the story that I have about being happy and not being happy, and how that got me to here, and why did I even have to feel that it was necessary for us to talk about how you can be happy. Because I believe that happiness really is an inside job. Obviously, it's that one thing that all of us, we need to go on and we look for. The issue that we are having as people, when we look for happiness, sometimes we mostly look for happiness in the wrong places, and we then get burned sometimes, and sometimes, we lose a whole lot that has to do with us in the name of trying to get happiness. There are a lot of things that we do, but my story goes like this. I was the person who always just liked going to the gym and all of that. But one day in 2017, I went to the gym in the morning, exercise, nice and all. But when I was taking a shower, the water was flowing on my face, and I cried. I cried because I remembered what has happened a day before, which is a night before the new day, which was the day on a Friday. An incident happened on a Saturday, on a Thursday, that I couldn't register, I couldn't understand, and I was still internalizing it. But on Friday, after exercising, I would go to the gym like for an hour or hour and 30 minutes, come out, then take a shower to go to work. Guys, I cried at the shower. I cried in such a way that I knew something was not right with me. Obviously, when I was at the gym, I would feel happy, guys. But the problem is that, and what I've noticed about me and about obviously other people that I interact with, is that when they do something that makes them happy, they become happy at that point in time, and then they lose that thing of being happy because they haven't dealt with the inside and the root cause of them not being happy. They haven't dealt with that. So the gym becomes like a drug, as in a pill that you then take on in, and after you have done that, you become happy for a certain period of time, and you need to go back for more. I've been, after all this journey, I've been so scared of being the person who's gonna have the nicest body, muscles and everything, but not be happy inside. So what happened on that day is that I then decided, you know what, I need to go to the doctor. I had to go to the doctor because I had this dandruff that was like too much in my head. Now, guys, if you do not understand, is that sometimes when you have a skin problem, dandruff, obviously a headache that is just persistent, it's because there are issues inside of you that you are not dealing with. Obviously, you're gonna go to the doctor, and the doctor might give you a Panado, and then it subsides, and then it come back again, until you sit back and ask yourself, what is it? And maybe get, obviously, professional help. When I went to the dermatologist for my dandruff, I cried as I was explaining the way I didn't like the dandruff and everything. I mean, we all have dandruff, but it was just too much because it started a long time ago. I I decided, oh well, not I decided, the doctor told me straight away, you need to go and see the psychiatrist. I was like, but I came to the dermatologist, I now need to go and see the psychiatrist. That's how I then ended up being at the mental hospital, because I was not happy. I was not happy with the way my life was going. It was then discovered that as I was going through, discovered that I have lost touch with me. I don't know anymore what makes me happy. I haven't connected with myself for a long time. I've given myself more to other people than giving the love more to myself. Let's face it, we all have the love and everything that is there. But sometimes we tend to prioritize people who are externally, to actually, and the people around us, to actually take on the love that we have. And we remain with nothing, and we remain empty on the inside. And that's the reason why I even cried at the gym. I'm like, damn, that situation was really not so good. So that's what happened. Coming out of that, I learned a lot about myself, obviously. I then decided, you know what, I need to be happy for myself. I need to fill the cup of happiness inside of me first, before I could actually even say I'm going to do that for other people. Because we need, obviously, to fill our cup for it to overflow before we can actually make other people happy. And actually, we are not making other people happy. The other people benefit from our happiness. We don't give ourselves to the people and the situations, but we make sure that we bloom and we blossom the way we know how, and the people and situations around us, they then benefit in that way from us. So I really learned a lot in terms of being happy. I learned that you really need to also sit, have a meeting with yourself, evaluate, promote some of the good habits that you're doing, demote and fire some of the habits that are not serving you. Obviously, the gym made me happy, guys, and when I came back from my holiday, I actually went on to go to the gym. But this time around, it was so different. It was so different for me. I knew how I want to feel, and how I want to feel even if I didn't go to the gym. Even if I didn't exercise that day, I knew how I want to feel. So I decided then that I'm going to also work on my boundaries. So there are just like few things that I want to share with you that made me to be happy. Is that I decided to have a relationship with myself. I built a good fence, which is like the boundaries. I made sure that also I say yes more to me. We mostly say yes to a whole lot of things. We say yes to situations that we didn't have to say yes to. We say yes sometimes to peer pressure. We say yes sometimes to just a whole lot of things. Okay, let me just check this out. Demote and fire happens. Yes, demote and fire. We are the CEOs of our life. We have to demote some of these things and really just make sure that we fire some. We're like, no, you don't deserve to be around here, so leave. Are you taking me? No, yes, I was diagnosed that I had depression. Well, I didn't know that I had depression. When I was sitting at the reception area of the place where I went, the clinic, waiting there to be registered and all of that, I decided let me search the code, because I used to work at the doctor, so I know some of the terms that the doctors use, like the ICD codes that they use, numbers to identify sicknesses or conditions. Then I Googled that because, yeah, well, when I Googled, it said mild depression, and it made sense then, because, you know, I wouldn't really know if it was true, but it made sense that, oh, I'm here and it's a mental hospital, I have mild depression. It's true that I feel this hole inside of me that I'm in a dark space. I feel very lonely, even if there are people there. I don't know myself. I've lost touch with me. I'm just numb. I'm just reactive to situations in life. I am not actively creating my own way of living. So I am not taking medication. I'm not. Wow, I am not. I know that when I got out of the hospital, I was given a prescription that I could go and continue taking. But when I got out, obviously when I got out, I came down again. Because it's always nice when you're there and you're like, okay, I'm ready. When you get out of the same thing that you left. Now you have to man up, as in to be a human being, and you man up to your situation and say who is the boss somewhere, somehow. It's not an easy thing. It depends on a situation and a person to person, obviously. Then that week I wasn't going to work, so I got out. It was the 31st of August. I got out, then I had that week of not going to work. Then I was just assessing, trying to see how am I going to adjust going to work, how am I going to, what am I going to say, what. And at some point before that week ended, so I was taking them, at night. Yeah, I think we were taking them at night. I think so. I don't know. Can't remember. Then I decided, I think it was Friday or whatever, I don't know. Decided, so, Bongi, do you want to continue taking this? Why are you taking? What are you taking? What's going to happen if you don't take? Now I learned a lot there. Woo, guys, I learned a lot there. I learned a lot, and obviously I stayed with myself. I had so much time writing letters to myself, trying to heal and crying. So that helped me to have a reference. I don't know, but yeah, it gave me this foundation that I wanted to stand on, and it was not so shaky like the way when I went there. So I decided I am not going to take the medication. I'm not throwing it away. I'm just going to keep it there and see what's going to happen. I continued. Nothing happened. I adjusted, went back, exercising. I decided I'm going to do more of the self-help, courses. I hired a coach to help me accelerate my life, because I am that person who is more action orientated as a person. I am that, I exercise is like physical thing. So I want to have a goal. What am I working towards? How do I want to feel when whatever? So that's why I decided hiring a coach. The truth is that I never took the medication again after that week, and I never went back to get the prescription. I never went back to the psychiatrist for a follow-up. They never checked on me. I never met with a psychologist outside of the mental institution yard. I never met with them. I also even never met with the social worker, because I also had to have a social worker when I was there. I never met with any of those people afterwards. I never went to them. I never did anything. I just remained. And here I am. Oh, I think the truth is that we are all not so. I'm not sure if there is somebody who would say, that person is well. The only person who knows whether they are well or not is the person themselves. You can lie and post and this and that. If you are not yourself, you are hiding things. You want to get whatever on social media. You want to be seen this way. It's going to catch up with you because and actually it's more like you digging a hole more for yourself when you start doing those things. So obviously I didn't talk about this when I came out of the thing. Like I was, oh God, I didn't want to talk about it. But I went on more and more to discovering things and doing more of the mindset exercises and affirmations and positive talk and crying on my own, going through again the material that I got from the mental hospital, reminding myself where I've been and accessing where I am now and where I want to be and how I want to feel. Obviously I did that, and the more I did that, the more I became happy, the more I became, and I could feel that the things that were triggering me, they are no longer. Obviously I had to do a lot of talking. I had to have meetings with people. I had to have talks. I had to cry, reconcile and just all of that. It's not an easy thing, obviously, but I just went on, and here we are. I haven't gone back, like never gone back again. And the thing is that I'm not sure. It depends. It just depends on one person to another in the situation. But you decide in any situation, you decide how you want to feel after that situation has happened. The truth is, the situation will always happen around us, for us or to us, whatever that you want to believe. But it's all about how you want to feel. Do you want to define yourself by the situation, or you want to make a name for yourself? You want to make history? I'm not sure. You want to be victorious out of whatever. I think I'm the person who, because I am that person who's very tolerant in terms of pain, with the gym thing and lifting hard and heavy things. Every time I lift that, every time I do the exercises, I bring whatever that is making me cry to here and say, let's deal with it. The more I feel that I'm feeling like I'm defeated, I add the weight. So there are just ways of us dealing with these things. Obviously, like I said, I also really hired a coach instead of going back to the psychiatrist and the psychologist, and that gave me more of a purpose on what is it that I want to live for, what is it that I want to be known, and I want to know myself about. I have a history, but I wanted now to say we are moving on. The history is there, it's still part of me. Obviously it's in the past, but it formed part of my life story. But what is it that I want to get and to be, and who do I want to be at the end of any challenge that might be having, at the end of any situation?